PAD 4391 by Ryan Green. When planning vacations or trips, it is not often that we think or even consider a disaster happening while we are vacating. The tropical beaches offer beautiful sceneries, warm weather, and warm water, while at the same time placing tourists in paths of hurricanes or tsunamis. While the snow-capped mountain peaks offer Christmas-like scenery, brings about the exposure to avalanches. Tourists can be affected more than citizens of the vacating area where the disaster takes place. One reason is one, one reason is an unfamiliar place to the tourists, and this means that tourists do not know or have safety information. If vacating on an island, most hotels are suited either on the beach or very nearby. This is a convenience to the tourists and attracts most tourists to those hotels, which can generate millions of dollars in revenue. Being very close to the beach puts tourists in danger of the risk of a flooding in a hurricane or tsunami. Hotels near ski resorts can be impacted by falling rocks and debris in the snow, making it virtually impossible to get or leave the hotel. To get to or leave the hotel. Thirdly, some disaster events can happen with very or no warning. This leaves tourists very vulnerable as well as stranded at the location. As airports may be often closed or making arrangements to take flights out prior to the dates tourists were scheduled to leave can be close to impossible. Some tourists may be forced to ride out storms in a hurricane event at the airport or in the basement of hotels, or left to find their own way to an evacuation route and find a shelter, leaving the vulnerable to the effects of the disaster event, to include injury or death. It is up to emergency managers in various areas that attract tourists to ensure the emergency plan address the needs of tourists as well as citizens of their area. Additionally, hotels should develop emergency plans as well as implementing training for employees which address the needs of tourists. Consideration should also be made in relation to hotel staff who may also need to evacuate their families to safety and secure their homes. While some man-made disaster plots can be spoiled to prevent disasters from happening, there is really no way to keep natural disasters from occurring. It also appears that people will continue to plan trips to islands and ski resorts. So disaster and tourism will always go hand in hand. Emergency managers of these areas should force implementing preparedness plans that include the shelter and evacuation of tourists. History is a good measuring tool, so emergency managers in high tourist areas, especially the likeliness of natural disasters, should look at past experiences of disasters and determine if both preparedness and response to the disaster were significant to meet the needs of all citizens, to include tourists.